Okay, we have a very common occurrence here, here in Gainesville, Florida. It's a late May afternoon, and this is a common occurrence. Either we have a storm that knocks down a tree, or a client cuts down a tree and finds out that there's a bee colony inside the tree. Let's go take a look. Okay, here's the tree. That's where it was cut. Here's where it came down. And if we look here, we've got one of the openings, so this was probably up a good 40 feet or so. And this is called a tree hole right here. And this is where one of the openings that the bees were going in and out of. I can tell that this colony has been here for quite a while, probably on the order of years, because there's lots of propolis, which is a waxy, resiny product that the bees make. They use it as an antifungal and antibacterial, and it's all over this opening. We also, if we look in here, this is where the tree split, and we've got comb in here. This is comb with honey on it, and there's some honey that's capped down there, and there's plenty of bees crawling all over it. And that's in the split opening right there. So we've got bees flying around here. And then if we look over here, here's another tree hole right there. So this is probably near the bottom of the comb. And again, this is a major opening here. We've got lots of bees flying around and going in and out. Let's see if we can't get in a little closer here. Now you can just see thousands of bees in there, and they're just kind of milling about. So this area, from this hole all the way up there, is about 10 feet. So that's a substantial colony that's in there. And the issue is the clients want me to remove this alive. They think that I want these bees and will expend a good amount of effort to get them. But one of the problems is that it's difficult to get a tree or colony out of a tree, for one thing, because I have to take a chainsaw and cut in here, and that takes me time. And the bees are often not very good candidates for beekeeping anyway. They may have disease, or they may not be good candidates for other reasons. But really the biggest issue that we have is that when a colony of bees falls, the G-forces from coming from 40 feet up in the air down and hitting the ground and then stopping very suddenly exerts tremendous force on the larva and the pupa and the eggs. We get a high mortality, and without larvae and pupa and eggs, really the colony is not worth much. Then we're just trying to collect some adult bees that may only live a week or 2 or 3 weeks. So I can already smell the decomposition coming from this with my nose of the decaying brood. So in this case, there's really nothing to do but to eradicate the bees. That's really the best thing to do in this case, because these bees are not bringing in pollen. They're not acting like a normal colony does. They've already sensed mortality and have suffered trauma. This colony is not going to live. So the best thing to do is go ahead and eradicate it now so that we don't have a stinging risk. This is entomologist Richard Martiniak, allfloridabeeremoval.com.